So Omega and Swatch have just released another bioceramic model to add to their already popular lineup. This could be the best one yet, so let's take a look. So I think it's about 2 years ago now that Omega and Swatch collaborated for the first time on a hugely successful campaign, a brand new lineup of bioceramic watches. The MoonSwatch collection was unveiled to the world with 11 different options, each option based on a planetary body in our solar system. This release took place to celebrate the iconic Speedmaster Moonwatch, which between you and me was just a good excuse to bring out some new models, as Omega are known for doing. What happened next was something the watch world hadn't seen in a very long time. Huge demand for the whole MoonSwatch range surged and people were queuing in their thousands on release. Sadly for the watch community, a lot of these buyers were scalpers. Scalpers are people that will buy large quantities of a new or desirable item and try to resell that at a much higher price. At the time of their release, on websites like eBay and Chrono24, the MoonSwatch models were being listed for over $1,000. And you can bet that people were buying them. Will this happen with the new Snoopy release though? Only time will tell, so we'll talk more about this later. The new model, officially called Mission to the Moonphase, is a bioceramic watch, much like its brothers and sisters, but this model comes fully in white. The markers, texts, logos, and handset are applied in black. This makes the most sense, as against the white backdrop, black is easiest to see. Don't be fooled though, this isn't really what I would call a black and white watch. The white really dominates here, and that's basically what you see. The same thing applies for the strap, which is the same strap as used in the original MoonSwatch collection. If we look at the dial, we have the Omega Swatch logo and recognizable dial markings as with the other models. The obvious change here is the addition of the Moonphase sub-dial at the 2 o'clock position. As the moon completes its orbit around the Earth, it showcases a series of different shapes known as moon phases. Watches equipped with a moon phase indicator are designed to depict these phases, which adds another fun layer of timekeeping to a watch. Seen lying on the moon within the sub-dial disc is our favourite friend Snoopy. And under UV light, a special quote can be seen which reads, "I can't sleep without a nightlight." This is a nice addition from Omega and makes the watch feel quite charming. It also makes the watch feel like a limited edition, much like the highly sought after Speedmaster Snoopy 50th anniversary watch, which is significantly more expensive. Now, to those who are not too familiar with the history of Omega, it may seem odd to randomly have Snoopy on this watch, and any other watch for that matter. However, Snoopy has an important historical role to play. The cartoon character was chosen by NASA to be a symbol of outstanding achievement during missions. First awarded in the 60s, the Silver Snoopy Award is a special honor given to NASA employees for achievements related to human flight safety and mission success. Snoopy has already appeared on 3 different Speedmaster models over the years. On the back of the watch is a black and white picture of the moon with a Snoopy paw placed on the surface. The placement of this paw is actually where the Apollo 11 mission landed on the moon, so this is another nice touch from Omega. The dimensions of this watch are very similar to the rest of the MoonSwatch lineup. This watch comes with a 42mm case diameter, a lug-to-lug of 47.3mm, and a slightly increased thickness of 13.75mm. Inside the watch is a quartz movement with that added moon phase indicator. We also have the standard water resistance of 30 meters, so if you manage to get hold of one of these, probably not a good idea to go swimming. With an official release price of $310, the new Mission to the Moonphase watch is a little bit more expensive than the standard bioceramic counterparts. I think this can be put down to the fact that this is a new model and it's going to be highly sought after. Omega have released the new Mission to the Moonphase watch not too long after releasing its brand new white dialed Speedmaster, famously seen on Daniel Craig's wrist before it was official. Omega therefore are really pushing the white theme of these two watches, and I think it's going to work out for them. When we talk about the marketing and hype of watch releases, it can't get much better than this really. The only downside is that for watch enthusiasts like us, it can make getting hold of this watch incredibly difficult. I guess the question is, do we really want another chaotic spectacle that happened with the original MoonSwatch releases, where true fans like me and you struggle to get hold of the watch. Of course we don't, but whether Omega see that as their problem is another thing entirely. There's no doubt the hype of this release is what drives sales, and in the eyes of a business that can only be a good thing. Having said that, it's important to remember this is a bioceramic watch, which is essentially a overglorified plastic timepiece, which means that, it's probably going to be much easier to put together in the factory, much quicker manufacturing process. So if you are patient, the chances are that you can get hold of this watch. My advice to anyone who is worried about not being able to get their hands on one is to just wait and be patient. The hype will eventually die down, like with the original MoonSwatch, and you will get one eventually. Omega seem to already be on the marketing warpath this year, with the release of the Omega Speedmaster White Dial and this new release, the Snoopy Mission to the Moonphase. With watches and wonders just around the corner, it's safe to assume we are going to hear more exciting announcements from the brand. When it comes to the Mission to the Moonphase, this is a really gorgeous, fun and charming watch, and I think everyone is going to go mad for it. I don't really want a MoonSwatch, it's never really appealed to me. However, this new release is now something that I will consider buying. Thanks for watching, guys. What do you think about this new release? Let me know in the comments and I will see you in the next video.